Hello everyone, my name is Arthur Wang and this is our second lesson on how to program from the first series course on how to become a web developer from scratch. Please watch Learn from Arthur's Burger Drive-Thru if you have not watched yet. In this first lesson, we learn a great deal of identifying what are the programming objects. In this lesson, we are going to show you on how these objects are created, converted, displayed, and transferred, and then how you can do programming by yourself. But before we dive right into this topic, I want to describe to you that how we structure this lesson. We basically divide this lesson into two parts. Since you may have heard there are so many different programming languages and scripts out there, it could be very confusing, especially for people who are new to programming. And it has become very diverse and continue to evolve in a really fast pace, especially in the past 5 years. But the good news about it is that you don't need to learn the old and inefficient way of developing web applications, and you can start learning the easier stuff, since programming is evolving in a direction of becoming simplistic but powerful at the same time. On one hand, the hard part about being a web developer is that you cannot just learn one programming language and expect to do everything you need to do. On the other hand, you don't need to learn every single language out there, but you just need to learn a handful of languages to do the job. It may be overwhelming at first, but I'm confident that after today's lesson, you will have a big picture of what you need to learn. It's like making a pizza yourself. You can pick and choose where you can buy your own ingredients from different supermarkets and do your own crust, or you can buy ready-made dough or crust. In a similar fashion, you can pick and choose certain programming language and scripts from companies like Microsoft or from programming communities to develop your web application as long as they are compatible with each other. So in the first part of this lesson, we will find out where can we see these programming objects from browser, and how these objects are created, and how the same objects are manifest or represented by different programming languages with some sample codes. In the last part of the lesson, we will focus on one popular object-oriented programming language. Once you master one language, it will be easier for you to master the other language, since the concept is similar and only the grammatical syntax may be different. So where can we find the programming object we discussed last time? Actually, objects is everywhere and they are located in different places. If we use our web browser as an example, and what have to happen when we view a web page? The first object can be created from web server, and there are a lot of application objects in the server. And the application object can be created by different programming language or scripts. Once it is created, it needs to convert into object that can be transferable and carried by the network. The transfer objects or data transfer objects can be enclosed in a format like XML or JSON so that they can carry by network. Once it is on this other side of network, the web browser needs to do another conversion so that it can be used for the display purpose. As a result, web browser creates document objects and user can interact with these objects.